Welcome to this week's What's the Score in association with Fansbet. After an Everton-free weekend last weekend, the Blues are back in action at Vicarage Road against Watford. We don't really have a great record against down there. I was looking at the stats and we've lost the last 3.
I hate this game.
I hate it. I
don't know why. It's just one of those grounds. Just never think we're going to win. I mean, I don't think we're going to win away from home very often, to be fair.
No, true.
Just one of those grounds. You just think it's going to be horrible and gritty and physical, and we just don't ever come out well in those sorts of games. So.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't say looking forward to it by any means.
No, the spectre of Troy Deeney seems to loom very large, doesn't it, that he's just going to come on. Remember the other year when it was 0-0, it was just a dog of a game, wasn't it? And I think he came on and scored in about 70 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Allardyce, that was a bit like peak Allardyce time, wasn't it?
It was actually, obviously, Marco Silva not involved in this one. I think there'll still
going to be a snakes.
I think there'll still probably be rubber and plastic snakes all over the shop.
From Richarlison this time, maybe.
Yeah, probably will, because as you were saying just before we started, he's back in training and fit for tomorrow,
which is good, yeah.
Along with Sigurdsson and Iwobi, is it? Yeah, and Andre Gomez is back in training as well.
Mad one.
So we could see him before anyone's even seen Gabamin kick a ball.
Might get 10 minutes against Palace.
He could do,
he
could do, yeah. So that all sort of bodes well. Just in preparation for this one, because it doesn't make itself up, I was just looking. I suppose the interesting thing from this game is you got Nigel Pearson and Carlo Ancelotti, 2 managers who took over roughly the same time. Pearson was December 6th, Ancelotti was December 21st. And the record since Pearson's got there has been good. They were rock bottom, weren't they? And lost cause. Since then they've won 4, drawn 3 and lost 2. They've beat Wolves and Man United in that run, drawn against Spurs. So they're off the bottom now. They're 6 points clear of Norwich, who are rock bottom now. And I think they were 7 points off us in 12th. So obviously if we do lose this one, it sort of drags us back down, drags them a bit closer. So it's not a 6-pointer, but we could do with the result, really, couldn't we?
Yeah, it feels like one of them where after the Newcastle game, it's like even if we draw this, people might fume a little bit.
Yeah,
I think they will.
I think so. Yeah, I think not getting that win against Newcastle, it sort of set everyone off again a bit. I can understand why, but I think we've got to look at the bigger picture with that Newcastle game, and I think you said it quite a bit on the post-match stuff, sort of not directly after the game because everyone's had gone at that point, but taking a bit more of a sober view of it. It was a good performance. It does show signs of progression. It was just a really fucked up couple of minutes. And we can't linger on that so much.
I think they might. It's going to be interesting to see if there's any scars from that game, because I think we said this on one of the shows in the week, but I remember the last time we lost the game late on in ridiculous circumstances like that was Pickford at Anfield, and we had the game straight away, and at the time you think, another game, it's exactly what we need to get over it, but it just looked like they weighed a bit heavy on the players, and they sort of struggled because of that. But 10 days, hopefully they've had time to digest it all. But I think if we are winning, I can't see a situation where we're going to be 3-0 or 4-0 by any means, but there's going to be a situation there if we are 1-0 up or 2-0 up, when we're going into the last 10 minutes, and they're going to be thinking about that game again. And it's going to be important that they overcome that. Obviously, if they draw one as well, they're going to be games, we're under pressure, so there's potential mental hurdles to overcome in this one, but I mean having those lads back is a boost, whatever you say about Sigurdsson and Iwobi, they're options in midfield, they're options to play out wide. Richarlison speaks for itself how important he is, but it's just one of those games which I think you look at Watford and you see them at the bottom of the league and you sort of go, well, that's not a surprise when you don't see them very often, but when you actually take a look at the squad, you think, Deeney, like him or not, he's a decent Premier League striker. Delafeu, you can make things happen on his day. The midfield is probably, Decore and Capu, you could argue, outside the top 6. Not far off the best in the league, you could probably argue. So they have got good aspects to the side. They're going to be well organised, good at set pieces, dead physical. So I think it's going to be a really hard game. Yeah,
we can't get drawn into a midfield battle at all there, can we?
No.
With them, because we need to just sort of do something to bypass the midfield. Ancelotti's talking about getting it forward quicker. I think we probably do need to get it out wide and upfield as quickly as possible to just bypass the whole area.
If they brought Chalobah in, have they, as well, to a few, and he's push Decore forward a little bit, so he's got a bit of a free licence. He seems to always play well against us, doesn't he, Decore as well? Obviously we've been linked to them loads, but I think it is one of them where you sort of go. I think Mark Moon said it on the Subs Weekly at the start of the season when we were talking about us being top 6. it was like these games, like this, and Bournemouth and West Ham and Brighton, you know, won none of them. like Southampton, I pick up, we've won. Like Burnley, those sorts of games we look at and you think the 50-50 when we go away from home, then we need to start winning if we're going to push on. And while no one's got like grand ambitions for the season anymore, if we are going to make something of this season and push on towards the top 6 or 5th or whatever we're close to, then you're going to have to win these sorts of games, unfortunately.
And it would give us a huge boost going into another tough run of fixtures. We've got Palace at home after this, and then
we've got a break, haven't we, after that again as well? Weird one, isn't it? Like,
it's the split league. One thing that could go in our favour is that they lost the last game to Villa.
Last minute.
So that's going to be playing on their mind as well.
Should we beat them?
Well, exactly, you kind of get the feeling that they really weren't interested in that at all.
Most likely.
Ancelotti's record, did I mention that before? 1-3 drawn, 2 lost 1. So it's pretty similar. So both managers.
Pretend that cup game never happened.
Oh, I'm not including cup games.
It's Premier League only.
Forget the FA Cup. Both managers have done really well since they've come in. So it will be interesting, and you would like to think that Marco Ancelotti.
We carried on with it.
Might as well. We've got to do to the end of the season. But, we'll be able to get the better of it. It just depends what happens with the players, doesn't it?
Right, Marco.
I said it once, I'm sticking with it now. Before we get on to our score predictions, we asked a few of the Blue Room what they thought. Here's what they have to say.
So the Blues back in action after a prolonged period of rest, which has been so needed. Feels like we haven't had a couple of days off since the back end of October. However, those 14 days have given us a chance, or no chance, to get over what happened at Goodison Park against Newcastle. It's actually a result that seems to have wounded me and a lot of other Evertonians more than Anfield and other games that we've lost. The manner in which we can throw away 3 points like that is no other way describable but Everton. However, chance to bounce back against Watford. They've hit a little bit of form recently, kind of dragged themselves away, but they're also teetering still in that bottom 3, and it's really tough. A tough job for Pearson to come in and do, but I think he started pretty well. Everton's break has allowed us to bring some lads back, the likes of Richarlison, Iwobi and Sigurdsson, all available for the game. So I think the Blues are going to get a win here, and I'm going to go for 1-0 with Richarlison.
So Everton are back this weekend, and we can all get very excited about the prospect of talking about how many points off Europa League we could be if we go to Watford and win. What is really not a very happy hunting ground for Everton. Much of the build-up of this game has revolved around where Richarlison fits back in. Does Moise Kean retain his place after a promising show in what was ultimately a pretty disappointing night against Newcastle? The big question with Richarlison coming in is whether Everton go full gung-ho attack mode and play him, Moise Kean and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't think it would be a very typically Everton thing to do, and I think Carlo Ancelotti will be significantly more pragmatic about his approach to this game. Be decent for Richarlison to play in a front three, because obviously come the summer and post his big transfer to Barcelona, that is ultimately the formation it'll be playing in, but we'll see. I think Watford have a vulnerability, in particularly following two very dodgy results. One, obviously a very late loss at Aston Villa, and also a pretty tragic loss at our Merseyside neighbours, Tranmere Rovers. So definitely an opportunity for Everton to continue the good work that we saw in the vast majority of that Newcastle game. I think it was so promising to see a style and an identity about this team again. It was reassuring for me to see Carlo Ancelotti in the week leading up to that game talking about how he wanted Everton to be, and then ultimately 3 or 4 days later Everton actually being that side. So I think this is typically a type of game where Everton are able to dominate possession. I think in terms of possession stats, Watford is 17th in the Premier League. So Everton are going to be dominant, they're going to have a lot of the ball, and they're going to have a lot of opportunities to show this intelligent possession which Carlo Ancelotti speaks so much about. Not purely passing for passing's sake and trying to pass the other team to death, but having a purpose about being on the ball. And I think we've seen in recent weeks people like Bernard in particular being so capable at getting in between the lines, picking the ball up in dangerous areas and driving at the opposition's back four. And I think we'll see a lot more of that this weekend. That said, there is nothing in me which makes me think that Everton are capable of keeping a clean sheet at the moment. I think of a stereotypical game away at Watford, and one whereby at some point in that game Troy Deeney bullies our defence. I don't see it being any different than that. So I think Everton will concede, but it strikes me as a game that's very similar to the Southampton game earlier in the campaign, whereby there was an ongoing reassurance when you're watching the game that Everton have just got that little bit more quality than the opposition, and ultimately that will tell with the result. So as much as I do think we will concede a goal, I think we are good enough for a result here. So I'll go Moyes Keane to score first, Everton to win 2-1.
Right, so time for our predictions now. I said earlier we've lost the last 3 at Vicarage Road. Can you remember what the last time we won?
I can.
Go ahead.
We won 3-0 and Ozzy scored, yeah.
He did.
I can't think who else scored though.
Andy Johnson got a penalty.
Yeah.
And Manuel Fernandes.
Wow.
Yes.
Ozzy's goal was great.
I can't remember it.
He cut inside on his left foot in front of the away end and just bent it in. I think that was the year though where they were like one of the worst Premier League teams ever, wasn't it?
Yeah, 06-07 actually. Yeah, that was the season we beat them 2-1 at home. And that was Jay's first game.
Yeah, that was Andy Johnson's first game for us as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got a penalty. It hit him on the head.
Yeah. No VAR in them days.
Yeah. But, so we lost the last 3 years there.
Lost 3 seasons on the bounce, yeah.
So we've had Stefano Rokaka scoring a brace.
Oh, God,
Deeney score, and then who scored last year? Craig Cathcart, was it? Or
I can't remember.
It was someone like that anyways. It was centre-back to centre-back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've forgotten about those.
Mariappa? Someone like that scored last year. That Cathcart was bad.
Oh, did he ever score after that?
Probably not.
He scored that mad back heel flick, didn't he?
He scored twice, didn't he? And then,
more career-defining goals.
Scored twice for us, didn't he?
Yeah.
And we should have had a penalty at the end there, lad. And ball.
Oh yeah, we should, yeah.
But didn't get given. But he didn't deserve any. They were crap.
No, he was shite. So what do you reckon this time?
I just don't. I'm going to say we're going to win, for all the caveat. But it's one of them where you just think it's going to be. We never make games like this easy. Like, we were talking the week of Davis, we should go and try and be 2-0, 3-0 up. And while that should always be the aim in any game,
it would be nice, like.
We're not. I can't even Everton go and play really well for the first half an hour. I don't think we're going to be 2-0 up or 3-0 up. We'd probably be a goal ahead.
And even if we are,
we're
still not going to be able to settle. I think given the dominance of that Newcastle performance and the way it ended, I think hopefully it won't scar the players too much, but I think as fans it's really going to take a lot to get that out of our system.
Let's not forget we have been awful away in the Premier League in general, haven't we?
There's that as well, yeah.
I reckon we'll concede, but I think we've got with Iwobi being on the bench, with Sigurdsson potentially being on the bench, with Keane maybe being on the bench if he's on the bench as well, or one of the other forwards. I think we've got lads who can come on there and help us get a grip of the game later on and turn it on in our favour. So I think it could be maybe 1-1 going into 70 minutes, and then one of those lads comes on and makes a bit of an impact. I think Keane will be back on the bench. I'm not getting information about that. It's just general opinion. I think Ancelotti will be quite pragmatic about it. I reckon 2-1 to us with him coming off the bench and grabbing a late winner, which would be lovely.
That would be nice. So 2-1 and Keane goal scorer. Yeah. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to be dead optimistic. Charlison to score. I think he's going to score, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been a bit crap the 2 games there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, since he's gone back.
He has back there, because at home he's been decent, and he scored.
He scored twice against them, hasn't he? Yeah. Scored a great goal in the cup game, didn't he?
Lovely goal right at the end. Yeah, so I'm going to go with that 3-1. I think pretty much the same pattern as you said, though. It's going to be 1-1 for a while, and then I think we'll just pull away at the end, or at least I'm hoping that's what happens anyway.
Yeah. You just know Troy Deeney's going to cause chaos against us, don't you?
God, yeah.
Like the amount of times you watch him on the telly, you think, oh my God, what a yard dog that lad is. Yeah. Then you see him against us, and he looks like those sorts of Andy Carroll's the same. Yeah. It's always an absolute worldie in a game against us. So.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know, it's an Everton thing, isn't it?
It is.
If you want to put a bet on any of those scores, go to fansbet.com. Always forget this. .com.
Yeah.
Fansbet.com.
Google them.
Fansbet, no one puts in a URL, do they? Everyone just goes to Google.
Type in
HTTPS. Go to Fansbet, see what odds they're offering there, and do have a look at the community work they do. They give 50% of all the profits
up the profits
to fan causes.
We need to like make a note of all these words you make up and like people you make up. Like some of them are gold, but I feel like they're just lost forever in the YouTube
they just go because no one's watching at this point. By the way, everyone's dropped out at this point.
If you are still watching, let us know what you think about Les's varied and inventive lexicon.
Mark Mosley came up one of the best ones.
Oh, it was after the United game. I can't remember what it was now.
We'll get it for next time.
Yeah.
It was a belter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be back with Blue Monday, hopefully to report on a win, and then we'll be back later in the week, next week, for the Palace preview.
We should call it the Les-icon. The new dictionary.
It's on, it'll be in bookshops by Christmas. Have a good weekend. Fingers crossed for the win. Up the Toffees.
Up Marco's Toffees.